Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. All right, Stevie, man, you're coming back for this main event in Glasgow. It's a credible opportunity, man, for you. And man, how does it feel like as the days get closer to this fight?
Yeah, feels good knowing that it's almost done. Fight camp's been tough on the body.
Yeah.
Fucking, every day my body's aching, sore. Um, I'm off to wrestling later today. Um, yeah, almost done. It's at that grueling part of fight camp where to be honest, I feel like I'm maybe ready to fight at the weekend. Like I'm ready to go. Just sharpening the tools up a little bit.
Yeah, the wrestling days are probably the worst, right?
Yeah, some days, yeah. Wrestling is by far the worst one that for exhaustion anyway.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
just pure exhaustion, yeah. Wrestling's a tough one.
for sure, man. Well, nowadays you got all these recovery stuff, right? Like that didn't exist when you probably were in the beginning of your career. Like, how have you taken advantage of all this stuff?
Yeah, I try and do some of that stuff. Hot cold. I try and get massage now and again. Even just like chill, meditate. Yeah, it's tough though, especially like you said when I've got four kids in between. Um, but nah, the body's holding up. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, considering how bad I've had it before and some of the fight camps I've had before, having to take days off because of injuries and stuff, I've not had to take any days off. So yeah,
Well, from the pictures, man, you look like you're in incredible shape. You actually look like you're in better shape than you did earlier in your career, like just by visually.
yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm probably carrying a little bit more timber, like as in
Mhm.
fat, but it's because I'm fighting at welterweight, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be as lean. But yeah, I have always been a fairly decent size. Even when I was fighting at lightweight, I could easily
Mhm.
shoot up to 90 kilos and still have abs,
Mhm.
peeking through somewhere. So uh, yeah, the welterweight limit. I'm not gonna be the biggest, obviously welterweight, but I wouldn't say I'm gonna be the smallest either. I'd say I'm still a decent size.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like you faced off with Lewis like in July, and you did look just as big or bigger than he did.
Yeah, I mean the photo was maybe a little bit deceiving, I think, because he's more a lower body guy. He's a leg guy.
Yeah.
So, and I'm upper body. I've got big arms. He's got big legs.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I would say we're around similar size. He's I think the same height as me as well. He's
Mhm.
about 5'10". So we're roughly same height. You know, yeah, roughly same size as each other.
Yeah, when you look at the matchup, right? Everybody's gonna look at all the submissions wins that you guys have, and of course, you guys are high level grapplers. But I saw that you're talking about, dude, I'm going to net and knock this dude out. Like I'm pretty sure you expect to grapple because he's gonna probably want to grapple with you. But like, you're really looking for that KO, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I always go in there to try and either knock them out or submit them. I mean, obviously, depending on how the fight goes, sometimes changes that. But yeah, most of my fights, I'm still going, coming out, I'm swinging. I struck with Anthony Pettis for quite a bit. The first fight, obviously, I ended up twisting him, but even the second fight, I took him down a couple of times. But I was hanging in there, striking with him. Michael Johnson as well, who's really known good striker, fast boxer, fast hands. But I mean, round one and two was all on the feet against him as well, and I was able to hang in there, and I struggled with the speed against Johnson, but. In terms of technical kind of approach, I was able to hang in there and give him a good fight. And then obviously the third round when I took him down, that sealed the deal. But yeah, man, I like to stand and bang as well, and the fact that it's the last one. It's the last one, or it's supposed to be the last one.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's like, you know what, just go out. I've already lost. You know, I've lost
Mm,
13 times. I've
mm,
won 25 times. Um, you know, and it's kind of like, you know, obviously I want to win, but win or lose, just go out there
mm,
and try and have fun. Don't put too much pressure on myself. Because
mm,
I know that, you know, I do genuinely believe I'm the better fighter. I believe I'm better than Lewis on the feet. I believe I'm better than him on the ground.
mm,
Um, the only thing he's, you know, maybe better than me at is, you know, like judo. I think he's a judo black belt, so
mm.
it's probably better than me at judo. I'll give him that. But that being said, I know he's going to be tough, and I know it doesn't matter how confident you are and how good you think you are. Sometimes one shot shuts it off, or you know things can happen. So I'm excited for it.
You know, anxiety and like tension and stuff like that, that's something that people talk about a lot in fighting, and maybe even fear, right? Like, have you ever had that with you, like throughout your career? Have you ever had fear, and do you not have it now because maybe it could be your last one?
No, I get it every time, every single fucking fight. I hate it, but it's just knowing that it's part of the process. So I know that I'm going to be in the changing room in 3 weeks. Even thinking about, you know, it gets you going a bit. But in around, you know, just under 4 weeks, I'm going to be in the changing room. I'm going to be hitting pads. The heart rate is going to be going more than usual. You're going to be feeling more tired than usual. Um, Getting ready to fight, hearing the crowd out there, and yeah, and just it's such a crazy sport we do, man. It's such a yeah, you're getting ready to fight. People are turning up, drinking, enjoying the fact that two guys are going to punch the shit out of each other. Yeah, it's crazy, but you do get used to it. I know that it's just part of the process, you know, regardless of how nervous I'll feel on the day. I try and turn it into excitement rather than more fear, but the fear is always going to be there, you know, the worry. Oh, what if I get knocked out? What if this? What if that? Um, but yeah, last one, go out, try and enjoy it, and put on a good show. And I'm sure me and Lewis will have a few beers after it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of respect between you guys. And yeah, I was talking to this with somebody recently about like how crazy is it that we watch dudes and women fight each other until they knock each other out or choke each other unconscious. And then how crazy is it that there's people that actually do that for fun? You know what I mean? Like, it's just nuts
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
thinking about
it.
it.
Like, yeah, that's it. Like, people are watching it for their entertainment. You know, you land a good punch, you cut somebody, yes, we all get excited. It's fucking crazy, man. You know, when you think in depth about it. But yeah, I think it's just the excitement of not knowing what's going to happen. You know that anything can happen. It's like a football game as well, though. You know, a football game like as in soccer or any sort of competitive sport. When you know, if I'm watching a soccer game and it goes like 4-0, you know, it's not as exciting. It's kind of a bit more boring. You know, when it's 1-1 and it's back and forth, that's when it's exciting. Any sort of sport. So, and with fighting though, I feel like with fighting, sometimes even if you're smashing the guy, you're winning. You're 3 rounds up. Look at Leon Edwards and Usman too. Um, Anything can happen, and I think that's what makes it a little bit different in combat sports. Because one shot can change it all, or you know, one takedown, one. There's so much of a variety that can change a fight.
Yeah, I completely agree. That is the X factor, is that you could be up like it's say basketball, you're up 100-0, and then
That's
if
it. The
but in
game's
fighting it
over.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. And I
Yeah, it's
think
great.
that's what keeps the eyes on, you know, for the spectators anyway. Because you know, you can look away, you can go grab a drink, you come back, fight's over, and it's not even the person that you know thought was winning or whatever. So yeah, I mean, Lewis looks tough. He looks game. He looks like he's going to come and bring it. He's not going to turn up to Scotland, you know, a arena full of Scots people and be preparing to lose. So I'd imagine he'll be doing everything he can, training his arse off, to make sure he gets the win. But I feel like one, I'm the better fighter. Two, I'm doing more than him. I'm doing just. I believe in my team. The guys I'm training with are pushing me on. Like I'm training with Sean Clancy Jr. I'm training with Mark Hyon, Dylan Took, fucking all these guys that are, you know, to be fair, that I'm now at the stage in my career where I'm getting beat up for them. So they're the new generation, but they're bringing me on. They're keeping me sharp, and yeah, that'll be the difference.
Keeping you young. And what do you think about the talent that's coming out of Scotland now, man? Just you got a few guys yourself. Like what's the future look like?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I said, like it's crazy. Like some of the guys I'm training with, I people will probably laugh, but I think like Sean Clancy Jr., for example, he's only 20, 21, I think he is. I genuinely think, I know Edwards isn't the champ now, but I think if he fought Leon Edwards this weekend, Sean Clancy would beat him. That and you know what I mean. It's just crazy, man. Like I think he's 4-0 pro, 5-0, something like that. Really young, and he's better than I was. When I was probably at the top of my game. Never mind just starting. The Yeah, it just changes so much. Like when I was a pro, Christ, there's some amateurs that would beat me when I was a pro. Um, it's just such a different level these days. Obviously, it depends on not just skill, but like who you are as a person, the heart, the fight, all of that stuff as well. But yeah, it's looking good for Scotland, I would say. Anyway, I've got some real good teammates that I think are going to go far.
Is there a rivalry? Like I'm not from that part of the world, right? So I don't really know. But is there a rivalry between Scotland and Wales?
Not so much, but like
Okay.
yeah, back in the day there probably was. Because I mean they're next to England, so yeah, Scotland, England. I mean it's not as crazy as it used to be, but yeah, I'll maybe watch the film Braveheart. I'll watch it that week. Just remember how much I didn't like the Southern. But nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
watch it for a laugh and then maybe want to beat them up a wee bit more.
for sure. Yeah, this fight is at welterweight, so you get to carry around a little bit more weight during camp. How has that been for you?
Oh yeah, that's been good during camp. Like not having to worry. Like, oh man, if I was like I'm happy this morning, or happy-ish. I mean, if I was fighting at lightweight, I'd be miserable right now. I'd be like fucking, really struggling. Uh, I'm walking around at like probably about 84 kilos, 83, 84, so fairly light. I mean, I'm seven, that's what, 7 kilos out. I've still got just over 3 weeks, under 4 weeks. So I'm able to fuel. I'm basically maintaining my weight, so I could eat my maintenance weight. I can go and train. I can fuel my sessions. Whereas before, obviously, if I was at lightweight, I'd still have like 14 kilos to lose, and I'd be worried a wee bit more. And yeah, not being able to eat as much, more miserable. It helps. I mean, don't get me wrong. It means I'm going to be fighting bigger guys, but like I said, look, Long isn't he? He's not a huge guy, and I think for me anyway, it's more the height that bothers me. If I'm fighting a welterweight now and they're like 6'3", that could be a pain in the arse. But at least we're the same height.
Yeah, for sure. 6'3", you
Yeah.
suck. Um, yeah,
Well,
what's what?
some welterweights huge.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. Especially when you see those guys going up to middleweight, and you're like, what? Like you could go up to middleweight and still be the same size as the middleweights, but you're fighting at welterweight. That's crazy to me sometimes when I see those guys. Um, what's the perfect night for you, man? Like if you envision it, like what is the perfect night? Like just from like the start to the end.
eh, oh, I could take that a few different ways. a perfect night, if I could play it out and know that it was going to happen for a fact, it would maybe be for the fans, thinking of the fans and stuff like that. It would maybe be like a 3 round war back and forth, but like it being clear that I won, if that makes sense. So it's clear I won. There's no, yeah, there's maybe a few folk that thought, oh, I think you won long, maybe a few Welsh people, but it's clear that I won. But it's a back and forth war. It's a really good fight for the fans. That would be good, but that's me thinking of the fans. Me thinking of me and my body and how I used to. I remember when I first when I used to fight and I'd get like a first round knockout or a first round submission, I was disappointed a lot of the time. I was like, oh fuck, all that training camp for that. But now that I've been in a few wars and my body's getting older and tired, for me it would be a 10-second knockout. Go in, get the knockout, job done, see you later, my body's fresh. So selfishly, that would be the best scenario for me. Just go in and knock him out or submit him really quick. But for the fans, yeah, the 3 round war.
Yeah, well, those both are really, really,
But I like the sound of both of them though.
possibilities.
I do
Yeah,
like the sound of both of them. Yeah, especially me being the winner. Obviously,
yeah,
yeah, as long as I'm the winner and it's entertaining, whether it's 10 seconds or 15 minutes. If it's an entertaining fight and folk like even if it's a short fight, if they enjoyed the atmosphere, the
yeah,
walkout, the tension, the excitement, and then it's over. Because yeah, sometimes I think in attendance, it's not even so much about the fight; it's about the atmosphere, and
it
you
is.
know, you can have people that have a really good time and didn't even see the fight. It's just the atmosphere,
Yeah,
the crowd and stuff. So yeah, one of those two.
yeah, man. September 28th, PFL Europe 3, Glasgow. It's going to be an incredible night. And if it is your last fight, man, all the respect to you, Stevie, man. I think we've done interviews from like years ago, and this one is long overdue. So, man, all respect, all the best to your family and everything, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.